Hello, Sandman Nation. It is almost July 4th, our great nation's birthday. That means fireworks, parades, festivals, and hopefully some great weather this weekend. Unfortunately, we don't have any parades lined up for today's pod, but with the three of us here, you can bet there will certainly be some fireworks. So let's get into it because it is time to enter Sandman Sports. As always, I'm here with one of the best co-hosts I could ever ask for, Mr. Pat Klatt. Pat recently found out the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders got a 400% raise, and after seeing some pictures of them, he got one too. And then there's the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest cheerleader Sandman Nation has ever known, Mr. Bill Sanders, the Sandman. No pom-poms or batons for this guy, just hot takes, a bald head, and the best damn sports pools you've ever seen. All right, boys, it is almost time to get into it. But first, let's tell our listeners where you can find us and follow us. You can find us everywhere, just like rednecks in an emergency room on July 5th. No surgeries or lost limbs on our website, just a ton of great sports content. Just this past week, we've added coverage on the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NFL, college football, college basketball, Beerman Six Packs, Sandman's Golf Crushing Fates, these podcasts, and our popular Fringe series is back this week with a cool look back at the career of Washington Redskins quarterback Joe Theismann. Pretty cool one, so check that out. And guys, last week I mentioned some huge news and want to repeat that again here. We launched an official app last week. For now, it's only in the Apple Store for iPhones, but soon in the next week or two, you should be able to get it on your Android as well. It's awesome. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback. So go to the Apple Store now and download it. Just search for CME Sports. Can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Enter Sandman Sports. Gentlemen, all right. Well, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, some big news came out of Dallas this past week. And sorry, Cowboy fans, no, they did not cut Dak. He's still your quarterback. But what did happen is the iconic Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders got a 400% increase in pay. I wrote about this in my most recent six pack, and I'll chime in with some of my own thoughts in just a minute. But just a little context, while veterans and rookies are going to be on different pay scales on that squad with more experience are going to certainly earn more. I think all of them, all those ladies are going to be very happy with this increase. The El Paso Times noted, quote, a veteran will see her pay increase from a reported $15 per hour to $60 per hour. And there will be many appearances by the team outside of game days. And the reason that's noteworthy is because they get paid more for non-game day appearances, could be hundreds, if not, in some cases, even thousands of dollars for those. So salaries were not disclosed, but reports indicate that a veteran cheerleader will now make $150,000 per year. So that's pretty damn cool for them. It is, I think, important to note that even though they received an increase in comp, the group still does not receive health insurance from the team. All right. So guys, I have a few questions regarding this topic. We'll just go one by one. I'll start with the first one. So what is your take on this news? Should they get paid this amount? Like I said, the most senior members are going to be making $150 a year. Are you cool with that? Pat, what do you got on
look,
this?
good for them that they're getting paid more. I think I'm all for people at large corporations that are making tons of money to distribute the wealth and get paid more. I think good on them. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with Pat. My first word I wrote down in my notes was finally. I mean,
Hey,
in terms of like iconic,
it's kind of sad,
as iconic as it gets, right? With with pro cheerleaders. So good for them. I mean, they deserve it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, this is not just any cheer squad. This is the freaking Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, the most recognizable squad in the country. They've been featured in everything, reality shows, documentaries. I mean, they're in pop culture. Everybody knows who the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders are. And honestly, their presence has been a marketing boon for the Cowboys. Yes, everyone knows the team itself and watches the team every Sunday, but they have certainly done their fair share of helping to market that brand in a global way. So, and you guys know, I've talked about my son Brady being a cheerleader at Miami U. I mean, it is amazing to me how much work these, in his case, the college students put in. It's just opened my eyes to how demanding this stuff is and how hard all of them work. And obviously I know the Cowboy cheerleaders work very hard too. So it's great to finally see them being compensated that way. And let's not forget, guys, the Cowboys are worth more than $10 billion. So I think they can afford to finally take care of this legendary cheerleader spot. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So let me shift gears a little bit. Do you guys ever watch cheerleaders at a pro game? Do you care about them? Should pro football teams even have cheerleading squads? Pat, what do you think of that?
Look, do I watch them? Look, I'm not falling into that trap, Eric. All right. Tempt me with flesh on a Sunday like I'm some kind of damn heathen. Seriously, I'm not wearing sunglasses indoors at a stadium either, so I can't creep. It gives them a purpose and a platform to do it. So good, go for it. Yeah, more power to you. But I just don't want to be that creepy guy and stare and try to explain to the person next to me that I'm watching the choreography and not looking at the goods. So I watch them? No, no. I'm gonna watch the game. Yeah.
Dude, you have a strong moral compass, Mr.
I do.
Klett. I am just
super
continue
strong.
to be so impressed.
Yeah. I will not be tempted by the flesh, Eric. Okay?
He's an oak.
Let me tell you that right now.
He is an oak. He is an oak.
I am an oak.
He's an oak.
Damn right.
Yeah, I totally agree too. And let me just preface this by saying, beautiful women work hard at it. My daughter was a cheerleader at Mount Si High School, which is a very successful cheer program here in Washington State. I, like you, Eric, with Brady, I saw how hard Sydney and her teammates worked. And they're not just pretty faces and pom-poms and cheer. So first, just let me preface it by that. But I 100% agree with Pat. Like, in terms of me watching sports, I watch sports to watch sports. I don't care about the cheerleaders one bit, ever, really. And in fact, I even was saying, I don't care about all of the other shenanigans that they do around the games, like coach interviews or halftime stuff, or like none of that even feels like it matters to me. And I guess cheer kind of falls right into that, because it's just what's happening in between the lines is what I'm usually paying attention to. So anyway, yeah, I totally agree with Klett.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. If I'm being honest, no, I don't watch them very often at pro games. I mean, I'm a hot-blooded American male, so of course I'm gonna glance down at them occasionally. But no, it certainly is not the reason that I'm gonna go to a game or spend a lot of time watching them. And I do have to throw this at you guys. While most pro teams have the squads, there are actually 7 NFL teams that do not have them. This could have been a nice be my guest, but
really? Wow.
But this could have been tough. So yeah, so there are 7 teams, and actually the Jets are one.
Wow.
We should give Pat a point for that.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a point.
The Jets,
probably the Giants too. Probably the Giants too.
Oh my God. Pat, we haven't even started Be My Guest, and he's already made up 2 points. Look at that. Dude, you're going to be in the lead by the time this ends. Yeah, the Jets and the Giants. Any other? You got
keep going,
5
Pat.
seconds to guess any others. 5 seconds to guess any others.
Shit. Bills? It's probably too cold in Buffalo.
Keep going, man. I will let you keep going until you get one wrong.
Oh, shoot. Now the pressure's on.
This is the best Pat's ever done.
I know.
I'm assuming like maybe the Texans don't. No, they got it.
No,
Texas, they do.
The run came down, but that's of course they would have to. They got to try and compete with the Dallas.
I don't know who else.
Yeah, the Jets and the Giants and the Bills. Those were good.
Packers. Maybe
you were right on the cold with one exception.
Yeah.
But the Bears don't have them. The Browns don't have them, and the Steelers don't have them.
Oh, okay.
And then this one surprises me a lot, actually. The Los Angeles Chargers don't have any.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought LA would have them for sure.
Yeah. And one other little final cheerleading tidbit here related to the pro game. Super Bowl 50 between the Steelers and what was it? I can't even do the math now. What's XLV? What is
45?
45, Super Bowl 45. Yeah, back in February 2011 between the Steelers and the Packers. It was the first time a Super Bowl featured no cheerleaders at all.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Fun
So
fact.
Bill kind of alluded to this part, but I'm just curious. Obviously, you go to a game to watch the on the field action game, and we all said, cheerleaders aren't gonna get our eyeballs down there too often. But beyond on the field action, what other things draw you into a professional sporting event? Are there any things that just you enjoy, whether it's on the big screen, music, halftime, trivia, the $20 beers, anything that you just absolutely love beyond the action on the field? Pat?
For me, I like to grab some nachos or cheese curds, something
Yeah.
small.
I do just love
I hate
the
having a
food
full
at-
dinner.
yeah.
Like I don't want to have a full
Yeah,
dinner
yeah.
sitting in the seat, but I do like those, and mainly just people watching. Kiss cam's
Yeah.
always fun. I just like to sit and watch people and judge them both positively and negatively, and just sit back and just be like, what is that person's story? That's why I go, but mainly just watching the game.
That's awesome.
Bill?
Yeah, same for me. I wrote down people watching is always fun. But one of the things that I've just found as I get older is that I'm just a lot less interested in going to the games in general.
Yeah.
Like I don't, and they're fun, right? I mean, we all love sports, and especially I love college sports. But I don't know. It's just funny how it's just the cost, the parking, the traffic,
driving. Yep.
Yeah, just like it's so time consuming.
You got to go to the bathroom. You can't pause the game and go to your own bathroom.
Your big screen, your own drinks,
with a bunch of other dudes, and
the drunk idiots, just like all of that stuff. So anyway, sorry if I'm jumping the gun on the third.
No,
point
we're on the third point.
Okay,
so you're with
us.
Okay. This
that's
is it. Yeah. I'm with you, and I think I told you guys a couple of weeks ago. I have been a Bengals season ticket holder for quite some time. We gave them up this year. I may get them again at some point. And Michigan games, I love going to Michigan games. We get at least one or two a year, and I love that. It's special. But we used to have season tickets there too years ago, and that just it's just hard to go every single week or even every other week. It's just a lot of energy, a lot of cost, a lot of time. So same thing with Bengals, although I will say, a little bougie of me, I guess, but one of the things I loved about our tickets was we had club seats. So it was really nice to be able to go inside. You got couches, you got TVs everywhere, tons of places to sit, clean bathrooms. So
better food.
If the game's kind of out of hand, but you want to just go in and sit, you get better food, chill for a little bit, especially if it's colder or hot or it's raining, snowing. It's just a nice place to go. And so that part I love. And then I am a national anthem guy. There's something about the national anthem in a sporting event that I absolutely love. And then I love when there's like a military flyover too. I don't know. I just think that's really cool. So, but other than that, you're right. I'm there for the game action, but as I've gotten older too, Bill, it's just it's not as worth it to me as much. I'd rather just be on my couch.
Yeah, well, and I think Pat's mentioned this in previous pods, just in terms of cost. And Eric, you're just talking about you're giving up your Bengals season tickets. We just gave up our Kraken season tickets, a group of buddies out here.
Did you really? Yeah.
Yeah, we had 4 seats, and so if I would take 4 of my 5 family members, so if I had all 4 seats to a game, it was $1,500 just for our 4 tickets.
I mean, that's
then
crazy.
Then you're getting food and drinks and all the other junk, right? Parking was thrown in as part of our club seats.
Oh, that's nice.
Which was awesome because the parking was phenomenal. You got right out of there super quick and everything. That was great. But yeah, I mean, seriously, $1,500. Then my season tickets for the Huskies. So I have 2 tickets and my buddy Lucas has 2 tickets. My season tickets for the Huskies are like $1,900, I think, or $2,000 for all season. For the 2 seats. Yeah. So for one game to the Kraken.
That's because they're not very good.
Stupid. Yeah, well, they definitely have not been very good. That is true too. That helps.
But it helps keep the prices down.
Man. Yeah. But Eric, I think you were telling me this before about your Bengals season tickets. If you want to take Coop to a game or something, you'll just grab tickets to the game. you'll
That's what we
actually
decided.
probably end up paying less.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. No. Exactly.
right.
Exactly. That was
So
the other thing when we didn't go to games. Everyone's like, "Well, you can sell them and make money." No, I mean, occasionally you could if it was a
probably
really
depending
big
on
game,
opponent or
but
something. Yeah.
but most of the time it was a pain in the ass trying to
Yeah.
sell them. And I'd rather just honestly, the question I asked was geared to being in the game, but my favorite part of going to any game is actually the tailgating. Like before
Oh,
you ever
the
even get in the
best.
stadium.
Yeah,
That's what
the
I
best.
love the most. College especially. I mean, we get to games hours and hours ahead of time. We got the tent, we got the tables, I love it. We do that too for the Bengals games, but it's a little bit different. But I still enjoy that just as much as I do the game itself. But it's just again, it gets to be too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we'll still go. We'll go to at least 1 or 2 games this year. All right, guys. Well, that was good. Congrats again to the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders for their big raise. Let's get into the rest of the show. Just a moment, we'll play this week's edition of Be My Guest. Then we'll share our hot takes. Then it's Stone Cold Locks time for the John Deere Classic, and finally, we'll wrap up with a food-themed top 5. The last 2 we did similar to this were favorite candies and favorite cereals, and they were big hits. So this one should be a fun one too. In addition, we'll have plenty of fun and shenanigans along the way, including Pat's bold new business pitch to bring back a nationwide network of payphones. He's got charts, he's got graphs, guys. Stay tuned. And yes, there is still time to invest. All right, boys. Well, it is time for mine and yours favorite guessing game. That's right. It is time for Be My Guess. This is the game where you guys try to guess some sort of sports list and are usually very, very wrong. All right, before we get into it, let's recap the scores. We only have 2 weeks left in this session. So Pat, let's get it going this week. I'm rooting for you. Right now, Bill has 17. So what does Pat get? He had 9. Does he get any points for that cheerleading thing or not?
He's saying no. I was gonna
He's
say
saying
sure.
No.
Why not? Why not? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. He's gonna win this legit, Bill. He's
All
gonna
right.
earn this fair and square. All right. So Bill has a 17 after a perfect 5 for 5 last
insane.
week in
That
our
was
minor league
insane.
baseball Dave edition. Still one of the more impressive feats I've seen on this pod.
Luck.
So
Total luck.
very freaking well done, man. All right. Do you play fantasy football, Pat? I know Bill does.
I used to.
Okay.
I used to. Stopped
Even if
about
you
4
don't,
years ago.
but
But
okay,
I get it.
If you didn't play last year, you'll okay. This is the top 10 fantasy football scorers from last season per game, and this is full PPR. So assuming full PPR, and it's points per game. Okay. And
boy,
that's
I'm drawing
what
a
it
total
is.
blank,
So
Pat. I'm drawing a total blank.
Yeah, I should have chose the other one.
you guys will be fine on this.
Yeah. There were some horses though that didn't have
Jamar Chase.
Wow, that is freaking impressive. Jamar Chase, believe it or not, guys, was number 2.
Oh,
number 2.
Wow,
he
good guess.
averaged 23.71 points per game. I am going to tell you this. He is the only wide receiver on this list. Okay. So
wow.
Good job.
Gosh, we said all positions, right? This could be just high
top 10 fantasy football
I didn't know
scores.
if we were kicking out quarterbacks.
And the wide receivers are gone.
Yeah, I'll go Lamar Jackson.
Nice job.
Lamar Jackson is number 1. He was 25.32 points, and so he was the he's
that guy's
gone.
such a beast.
Right. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with his teammate Derrick Henry.
Goodbye.
You know what? That is a great guess, but is incorrect. I would have guessed the same thing because I had him.
Did he get like 2,000 yards?
He had an incredible year. He carried me. I won my league And I
I
had
would've guessed
him,
him for
so
sure.
I would have totally guessed him. Yeah, but he's not on the list.
Huh. Okay.
So,
Ugh.
all right, that's all right. That's all right.
I'm gonna go keep with sort of the top QB theme and go Josh Allen.
Josh
you.
Allen is number 3. So,
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Bill,
rolling.
good job. You
Good
are. You are.
choice.
All right.
Yeah. I didn't have either of those guys. Any of the 3.
Gosh, is Jordan Love on that list?
But he's
No.
a fucking idiot, you know?
Oh my God, this is not good.
It's all right.
All right. Well, who else are we missing in the quarterback realm? Gosh, Jaden Daniels.
On your mark.
Barely
Get
made
set.
it. He's 9th on
Go.
the list, but,
Dang.
but you got
Man, I thought he had such
How
a good year.
about can we go with Saquon?
Perfect.
Ooh,
look at that.
boom.
He's
How did we
he
miss? I miss
is
Saquon.
he is number 4.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you got
all day.
2 points on that, and
Nice.
he was the number 1 running back. He averaged 22.21 points. Yeah, that's a good
More
one.
touchdowns than Henry, more receptions than Henry. That's probably why. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got there's still some quarterbacks, still some running backs left.
Okay. Boy, I snuck in there with Jaden Daniels. Who else? Who else in the NFC? Jalen Hurts.
He's 8th. You got one.
Yeah.
Dang.
Slide. Yeah. Woo.
Shoot.
Sneak in there,
That
Sando.
I was thinking it hurts.
I mean, so dating back to last week, Bill has gotten 9 in a row. He has not missed in his last
Oh, if
9
only I got
guesses.
paid. If only I got paid
Yeah.
to be my guest. Man,
oh,
darn.
oof, this is it.
There are
Tough.
two quarterbacks left, and there are 2 running backs left.
Don't
And
say.
there's
What about
one
your guy?
quarterback.
What about your
There's
guy?
one quarterback from the AFC. There's one quarterback from the NFC. Both running backs are from the NFC, and that's
Okay.
all the clues I'm giving you for now.
Another
Did
good
was
clue.
Sam Darnold put up some numbers? Sam Darnold on that list?
Yeah, right.
No.
Damn, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're
Not
doing
a terrible
fine.
guess.
Yeah,
Not a
it's
terrible
not.
guess.
Can I bring up a list of teams on my phone? Is that
Yeah,
cheating?
that's fine. No. Go ahead.
I just
I
got to think of the
trying to-
divisions. If
I was
see
trying to
the
think of
teams.
like running quarterbacks. I mean, Mahomes just didn't have a huge year, I don't think, in stats.
Bill, I love Bill in this game. He is so
Just-
you can see the
Oh, it's
wheels
just
turning
He's
in
thinking.
his brain. I
the
love it.
hamster wheel. I'm gonna run out of time though here. I am just not coming up with anything right now. Yeah.
5 seconds.
I defer to Pat.
All
Pat.
right.
I'm not coming up
He
with any.
missed one.
Oh,
missed one.
no,
All right,
yeah,
Pat,
my
here we
streak
go.
is over. Shit.
So running back's got to be Jahmyr Gibbs.
That is correct. That's one.
Yeah.
It's 1
Detroit.
point.
Yeah.
He was number 7. He was
Yeah.
number 7. So
Nice.
good job.
Yeah, good one.
And I think I have the AFC quarterback.
I feel like
I
you
already said-
love this. You love one guy and you hate one guy in the AFC. I mean, I'll say Jared Goff. That would be my guess.
Nope.
I didn't think that was right. Jahmyr Gibbs
Second-
got me on Detroit.
Yeah, maybe Joe Burrow from the AFC.
Yeah.
Finally.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Freaking somebody had to throw those passes to
Jamar Chase. I know. What are
Yeah.
we doing? Shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
that was a no-brainer. I knew it wasn't Mahomes.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, I hadn't even thought about Mahomes until you said, I'm like, wow, that's
Yeah. He just had it. I mean, he didn't have anybody to throw it
He
to.
did
last
not.
year.
No, he had a very bad statistical year.
Yeah. All right. What do we
All
have
right,
left?
Pat,
Bierman?
good job. So
What do
you
we
got
have left?
one. You got one quarterback and one running back, and they're both in the NFC.
One quarterback and one.
They're both in the same. They're both in the same conference or same division too.
Okay. Not Dallas. Not Giants. What's the kid? Bijan Robinson.
Nice job.
He got it.
Yeah. Okay. Came up with that one. Yeah.
Dude, Bill has guessed the 8th, 9th, and 10th players on this list. Bijan was
Sneaking
10th.
in there
Yeah.
for 3
So there's-
points. Yeah.
There's one more,
All right.
right?
One
There is
QB
one
from
more
the
left.
NFC South.
Quarterback, and he's
It's-
from the NFC South.
Yeah, I was gonna go with my guy Baker.
Baker.
Oh,
Baker
good
Mayfield.
call. Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. All right.
Yeah.
So You guys, do you feel like you just kissed your sister? Because you did.
Because we
You
tied.
both
Yeah, that
got
felt like
you
a
both
tie.
got
That's all
5
I got to
points.
do. I just got to hold court. I got to
Yeah.
hold court.
So it is still 17-9 and 1 week left, and next week will be
Anything
a
can
good one.
happen. Anything
Yeah,
can
anything
happen.
can
I
happen.
just have to get all the
anything can happen.
top 5 next
We
week.
got they're all different too, because like I mean, last week's was very different than this week. I mean, totally not just even the sport, but the type of thing you're guessing, you know?
Yeah.
So
This game's
I
fun.
think next week will be different. So yeah. All right. It is time to get into hot takes. That's right. It is time for CME and Sports Hot Takes, brought to you by Mike's Hot Honey. The honey so hot, it has been known to light sparklers just by looking at them. You can make your taste buds light up by grabbing some of this freaking great honey right now. Don't wait. Go to mikeshothoney.com and order some, or go to the honey aisle at your local grocery store. Pat Klatt, please. I want to hear your hot takes.
Another quiet sports week for me, so I have little to say on the national sports scene. But I'm going to turn my attention to a lesser watched sport, and that is mini golf. I'm not sure if they televise the mini golf, but
they used to. There used to be professional mini golfing that I would watch on Saturday mornings. I'm not kidding.
Really? On the
Yes.
Ocho or something?
Yeah, I mean, dude, this was when I was like in high school. It was a lot.
I didn't
I
realize
feel like it has been televised before. But look, I have a love-hate relationship with mini golf. Like, I love the fact that you have to figure out wherever you are playing, you got to figure out the weight of the putter, the green that's usually running 17 on the stimp meter. You got cups that don't let the ball in because they're uneven.
I
hate
it's like that.
Yeah, so most of them.
Let me ask you a serious question about mini golf. I have a serious question for you both on mini golf, though. I feel like there's 2 different types of courses on mini golf. There's the one with like the clown's mouth, the one with in Happy Gilmore, where there's that, or dinosaurs, or like kind of jinky things that you gotta kind of, and then there's like more of just straightforward, like, I mean, you gotta like hit angles and stuff, but there's not like these barriers. It's just, there's the hole and you gotta try and get the ball in the hole. Which ones do you prefer?
I like all the good. I want the clown's mouth. I want the windmill spinning.
Yeah, the windmill.
I want all.
Like
the
those.
more the better. The more the better, for sure.
Yeah. See, I like the straightforward one.
Do you guys have outdoor ones that are like on real grass?
So we have one. Well, not on real grass, but we have one in Minnesota. It's basically this guy's his house, and he's got like a compound, and it's called Big Stone Golf, and it's like a sculpture garden. He does sculpture work and metal work, and so he's got all this stuff throughout. He's got a big sculpture garden aside from the mini golf. He's got goats. You can feed the goats. It's just like almost like a farm sculpture garden, but they only have 14 holes, and they've only had 14 holes for years. Like, he can't, and he's got plenty of property. It's like, just make 4 more holes over there and make it a nice 18. It's a cool course, but it's weird. That's the thing. It's hit or miss with mini golf. Sometimes it's a good course. Other times you're like, this is just like, you have those ones where everyone tees off and the ball just kind of funnels right next to the hole. So everyone's going to get a 2. Like, there's no mystery of what's going to happen. There's no hiccups. So, but anyway, that's a lot of mini golf this week. Played this morning.
Nice. That's great. I thought you were going to talk about like professional mini golf or something. Like, that was something that you watched.
No, I wish.
Yeah.
I wish it was televised. So, what about you, Bill?
That's crazy. I would just add to the mini golf, because I'm sure we've all witnessed this with our kids, is it's like super fun for the first 3 holes until one of them kind of gets pissed about something. And then the ball goes careening off the end thing and into the river or the pond. And then the kid just doesn't wait his turn. And then he just goes up there and just starts smacking the ball around.
And then at the end, he's like, well, give me a 3. It's like, you hit the ball like 8 times and it went out of bounds. I got a 3.
We're waiting for an hour every hole to watch the morons in front of us like take 70 shots. You know, it's like,
we went to
one a week or 2 ago. We went to one in Minnesota. It's like this new putt place. It's like this kind of higher end, like they give you the ball and their ball has a chip in it and it does the scoring
Isn't
automatically
Tiger doing
for
this?
you. And
Is
Yeah,
that the
Tiger.
yeah.
He opened some. I don't know if that's the one Pat went to.
It's not.
Tiger
Pop
did
Stroke?
open
Tigers.
some.
Isn't it called
Yeah.
Pop Stroke? Have you guys?
this one
That
was
sounds
like
right, yeah.
putt. I don't know what this one was called, but it's
different.
it's at like a bar. It's like kind of bougie putt place.
Yeah. Like Top Golf, but mini putt.
Overpriced, and but brand new. Everything's brand new. So
You had Eric at bougie though.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
I
I'm in.
love the bougie.
I love the bougie. My hot takes. I'll rattle through these pretty quick. I think I might have sent this to you, but I'm just continuing the big dumper love for Cal Raleigh because I saw this stat come out and it absolutely blew my mind. And he seems to be doing something every day that hits his 33rd home run, right? And so Cal has 33 home runs, 70 plus RBIs, and 9 plus stolen bases. Okay, I mean he has 10 stolen bases, but there's only been 2 catchers in Major League history that have got those numbers in a season. So Carlton,
that's crazy, dude.
Is Joe Mauer one of them?
No, not Joe Mauer. Carlton Fisk in 1985 and Pudge in 1999, and Cal has it by July 1st. I mean, what are we talking about, fellas? Yeah, it's just crazy. Anyway, love the kid. So super cool. The NBA silly money season has started. I don't know if you guys saw. SGA got 4 years, 285 million max contract. Hello. I mean, our NBA guys really worth 71 and a quarter million bucks a
If that's
year?
true, what are the cheerleaders worth?
Yeah.
Those
Golden State
Thunder cheerleaders
are going to be on. Yeah, they're going to be on lockout. They're going to be. They're going to be striking.
They're looking for more than 150 for sure. So anyway, I thought that was kind of crazy. And then this is kind of a sad note. Do you guys know? We may have even talked about this gal in a previous podcast, but her name she goes by the Red Panda. And she's the woman, I'm sure you guys have seen it in a halftime show. By the way, that's another thing we could have called out at the beginning. There are some pretty killer halftime shows, like some of the dog relays and like other stuff. It's actually kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
But the Red Panda,
sausage races. Yeah,
that type of stuff. The Red Panda goes on an 8-foot unicycle and then balances up there and with her foot throws bowls onto the top of her head and in 2 bowls and 3 bowls and stacks these things all while she's on a unicycle. Crazy. Have you guys seen this? The Red Panda?
No, but
I feel like I've seen that live. I feel like I've seen
I
it
do
live
love
at some
seeing
point.
that. Yeah, that's
insane, right? Like it should be Cirque du Soleil type level stuff. Anyway,
so what
unfortunately,
happened to her?
at the Minnesota Lynx game this weekend, she ate it on her unicycle and broke her arm or wrist. Yeah, and
God.
She tries to walk off. If you guys see the video, she tries to walk off. She's like saying, I'm okay. And she starts walking off and she actually kind of collapses down to a knee after taking like 10 or 15 steps. And so they rush this wheelchair out and then have to like wheel her off. But when you fall from that high up on a unicycle, I mean, that's going to hurt. So anyway, not rest in peace. My goodness, she didn't die. But quick healing and Red Panda. I hope I did not. Anyway,
perfect segue. I actually am going to do a rest in peace to one of the biggest baseball badasses from my childhood, Mr. Dave Parker. And in good measure, he also had one of the best freaking nicknames out there, the Cobra. Just a cool nickname. And honestly, Parker, people don't realize he truly was one of the best players of his era. He won the National League MVP in 1978. He was second in MVP voting in 1985. 7-time All-Star, 2-time batting champ, 2-time World Series champ, tons of hits, home runs, RBI, 290 lifetime average, 3 Gold Gloves. He is in both the Pirates and the Reds Hall of Fames. Just a great player back in the 70s and 80s. He was overlooked for decades despite his accomplishments. Largely, Largely due to injuries. He definitely was injury plagued, and he was connected to some drug trials in Pittsburgh in the 80s, and that just kind of tarnished his name a little bit. He, believe it or not, never got more than 24% of the vote for Hall of Fame voting. But in December of last year, he was finally elected by the Classic Baseball Era Committee. And so he's in. Sadly, he died last week, just 29 days before what would have been his Hall of Fame induction. He battled Parkinson's disease for over a decade. He spent his later years raising money for research through his foundation. So it's sad, obviously, that he won't be able to make his induction speech, but thankfully, baseball did finally recognize all that he accomplished. You were one of the best players of your generation, sir, and now you are officially a Hall of Famer. So rest in peace, Mr. Parker.
Yeah, good one, Bierman. Forgot that one.
Thank you. And Bill, I think you're going to like my second one too, man. I got to talk about the new
Soccer?
Pac-12, guys.
Oh,
No, I got to talk about the new Pac-12. Maybe it's not the same as it used to be, but the Pac-12 is roaring back, and I freaking love it. This league was left for dead a year ago with just
The
two
Pac-2,
teams,
right? Yeah, the
and a
Pac-2.
very uncertain future. It looked like Washington State and Oregon State would fade into the Mountain West and possibly obscurity forever. But instead, they turned the tables. They kept the Pac-12 name and brand, which still does matter, and brought teams to them. Guys, they now have 8 teams, which is a big deal because it makes them legit conference now, eligible for postseason play. And while these teams aren't what you would call national names like USC or Oregon, there's some really good programs in this mix, guys. So listen, so we got Oregon State, we got Washington State, 2 big time names, not on the par of those other Pac-12 schools I mentioned, but they play with the big boys. Boise State, great football
Good
power for a
pickup.
long time. San Diego State,
Mm-hmm.
still good most years. Fresno State, another one that has had a lot of success. Utah State, Colorado State, and Texas State. And I do have to laugh. Probably the only conference with all states in their university names as well.
Wow.
Every single of those 8 have state. But many of those programs have had success on the gridiron, some for very sustained periods. And the 8th one I mentioned, the one they just
Texas
added
State?
this week, Texas State. Guys, this is a very sneaky move and one that I think honestly could be really big for this conference moving forward. So first, they're in Texas, which is a recruiting goldmine. They have 40,000 students. The school continues to grow, and the Pac-12 has been trying to get in the state for years, not just for recruiting, but for the television sets too. And they're finally in there. No, it's not the Longhorns, it's not the Aggies, but it's a start, and I love it. And again, guys, I realize this is not the Pac-12 as a power conference anymore, not yet at least. But I truly believe and this is, I guess, is the hot take portion of this. This can absolutely be the 5th best conference in the country behind the Power 4. And that is a huge leap from where they were just months ago. Oh, and by the way, they also have Gonzaga as a non-football school. So that might be kind of nice for the conference when March arrives. So kudos to the Pac-12. I love what they've done with that. They're not back to where they once were, but you guys are far from dead too. And I think your future looks pretty damn bright out west. So congrats.
Nice.
Yeah, good pickup. Good pickup.
Yeah.
I do have one more little hot take. I was at a NHL draft party this weekend, and I got to
nice.
see,
Right.
yeah, my buddy's kid got drafted 50 by the New Jersey Devils, Conrad
Nice.
Fondrick. But it's funny, like
Devils!
he got drafted before the party started, so I didn't get to see like the call and all that stuff. But it was cool. It's cool to see. And it's funny how like young these kids are in hockey, especially. They draft 18-year-olds like pretty much exclusively every year. It's rare that they have older guys. They're all young kids, 17, 18. So they're just little puppies, man. It's crazy. But it was cool to see,
awesome.
cool to experience, and good luck to him. Steal of the draft, Conrad. So
Yeah, that's phenomenal. And I'm a little disappointed myself. I forgot to mention another Minnesota boy, one of my good friends, Jeff Heil. His son Caleb was drafted in the 7th round by the Tampa Bay
Nice.
Lightning as a goaltender. So
Nice.
he's
And you know,
really excited
the thing with
about it.
the thing with the
Great
NHL
spot.
draft, by the time they actually play, which will probably be like 3 years from now, they could be traded 5 different times. They'll go play some college hockey. So it's a different scene. It's a different draft and process to the big time, the pros. So
Yeah.
who knows where they'll
Yeah,
be
it's
in 3
exciting,
years,
though.
but that's awesome. Good for him. Yeah.
That
That's cool.
is,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Best of luck, Caleb, man. Very cool.
That is awesome news. All right. Well, it is now time to get into our Stone Cold Lock segment. This week brings us to the John Deere Classic in Illinois. Bill wrote about this in his Crush and Fade, and I agree. This is one of the weakest fields we've seen all year. So
Yeah.
I guess the good news is it could be anyone's tournament to win. Should be an interesting one to watch. It's wow, not a lot of big
This
names,
and the
but
3M that comes through Minnesota is always pretty weak too.
it's always pretty weak.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are tough draws.
Yeah, these are the types of tournaments where if you bought the field and the Calcutta, the season-long Calcutta, you're like, thank God I might have a chance here.
Yeah.
Totally.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, that thing just wrapped up, the Calcutta, for this week.
The what?
Well,
What?
The
Calcutta.
John Deere Calcutta.
For the
Yeah.
I was talking about like the season-long Calcutta though.
Oh, yes. Good.
Because there's
Yeah.
just not a lot of good players in this one, not a lot of stars. But yeah. All right, so we'll make our picks in just a moment. Before we do, let's look back at last week. The rich just keep getting richer, guys. My Matt Fitzpatrick pick hit. Gives me
Nice
another
job.
point. You guys had some close ones, but no cigars. So I now have 19. Pat has 16 and Bill has 15. So still anyone's ball game, but we do only have
I've been
5
cold as ice.
tournaments. We do have only 5 tournaments remaining for our contest. So, and Bill, sorry, man, no Scotty again to pick this week.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You picked a bad time to go into last place.
Seriously.
Yeah. So, all right, just a quick reminder. We'll pick 3 players total. 2 can be any players you want. Third needs to be a dark horse with plus 10,000 odds or worse. Pat, hit us with your Stone Cold Locks.
Give me Siwoo Kim.
Okay. Yeah.
He's good. I got Denny McCarthy, the guy who can just make some putts.
Roll the rock.
See if he can do it. And then my long shot is Iowa boy Zach Johnson.
Yeah, nice.
Former Ryder Cup captain, he can do it. He can compete. When he competes, he's usually in it still. Even though he's an old dog, he'll play like 5-6 tournaments a year, and he'll usually be pretty competitive. So give me the flyer on Zach Johnson, just because he's going back to Iowa, where he went to college. He went to Drake in Iowa. Right. I think might be from Iowa. But
who was your second pick?
Denny McCarthy.
Denny McCarthy. Okay, got it.
Nice.
All right,
Denny
good picks.
and ZJ.
And Zach. All right. What do you got, Bill?
All right. Who do you guys think I'm taking with my first pick?
Ben Griffin, the Aviators.
Yeah, Ben Griffin.
Yeah,
I mean,
always.
I love this kid. I keep learning all these new things about him every week too in these pods I've listened to. So I didn't realize
actually a pilot.
No, he's not a pilot. But he does. He wears those shades because he actually has like floaters in his eyeballs, so they help with that condition. But he's also a vegan, which for whatever reason, I was like, wow, that's just kind of crazy. I learned that this week. So Ben Griffin, plus 1,400. He's the chalk of the tournament, guys.
He's the favorite.
I mean, this guy, I mean, it's just crazy. But I feel like I can get away with the chalk because I've been riding this guy every single week. Now, has he got me any points in the last like 3 or 4 weeks? No. He keeps finishing like
close.
I know he's like 10th to 15th. He's like right in there. So Ben Griffin's my first pick. The second one is a guy a little off the grid, but he's pretty popular to win this week, and it's Michael Thor Bjornsson at plus 2,500. This kid, all the talent in the world. He played very well last week. He also finished T2 last year in the event, and so Michael Thor Bjornsson is my second pick. And then my long shot is a guy named Jackson Suber at plus 12,500. And I'm going to be straight with you guys. I had never heard of this guy before last week. I did not know Jackson Suber.
I had never
existed.
heard of him until 6 seconds ago.
Yeah, and he's been playing very well. He played very well last week, and the course really suits his game tee to green. So I'm hoping that Jackson can somehow find a way to play well again this week and sneak into the top 10.
Nice.
How about you, Dearman?
Yeah, so it's crazy to me that the favorite is Ben Griffin at plus. I saw plus 1,600, but yeah, and the second favorite is Jason Day at plus 2,500. When was the last time Day was the second favorite in a tournament?
I know the answer.
Ever?
Yeah,
when?
Because I heard
you do?
this. 2019.
Yeah. Wow.
He was number one in the world, and
was
a top 2 betting choice.
He was number one in the world. Wow.
Yeah, and I can't remember the name of the tournament, but it was like the CJ Cup or something. The Byron Nelson. Yeah.
Okay.
But isn't that crazy? I mean, it's kind of cool to see him back.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, it is. I like Day. I'm not picking him, but I do like him. My number one, it's a 2-pat, baby. Siwoo Kim.
Wow, you guys both on Siwoo.
I love this guy.
Siwoo.
I mean,
Nice.
he's had 3 top 10 finishes in 19 events. He had a 6th place at the Players. He has 13 top 40 finishes. He only missed 4 cuts all year, so he's reliable. He's 7th on the tour in total birdies, which I love because that means he can capitalize on scoring opportunities. Yeah. So let's go. Let's do this, Siwoo. My second, I am going with Alex Smalley. Okay.
Yeah.
This guy is 66th ranked, which is much higher than I would have guessed. But to me, consistency, 66 is nothing to sneeze at, especially in this field because it's so weak. He finished 2nd here back in 2023. He's 9th on tour in total strokes gained, and he's the best in this field. In the field this week for that stat. So he has the best total strokes gained of anybody playing this week. He has only 2 top 10 finishes this year, but he did fairly well at the PGA Championship, finishing top 30. I have a really good feeling here for him. So we're going to go out Smalley.
What'd you say the odds were, buddy?
His were odds, like, I actually, I didn't write those ones down,
okay.
but
no worries.
Like,
I just didn't know if you had.
Yeah, maybe 6,000.
I can find
maybe?
it quick.
Yeah.
That could be good.
Yeah, I normally write them all down. I that one I didn't. And then for my dark horse, let's go with Quade Cummins at plus 11,000 because his name is Quade Cummins. I love that name. And I will say his best finish all year has been a 12th place at the Zurich Classic in New Orleans. This is his first time ever playing this tournament. But I do like this stat, guys. Cummins has a bogey avoidance rate of 13.89%, which ranks 18th on the PGA Tour this season, which means he just doesn't make a ton of mistakes. He doesn't have a lot of bad holes. So maybe it also means he probably doesn't have a lot of birdies either, a lot of good holes because he's not winning a lot of tournaments. But if he can string together some good holes, maybe get his putter working for him hot, maybe he brings home a top 10 from this week. So we're going to go with Quade. Love it.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Pat. Can I just throw out a quick side wager between us 3? Because our dark horses this week are so
bad.
Well, not bad. I mean, it's just honestly, we probably had never even heard of these guys for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of Zach Johnson.
I was gonna say Pat is,
but no,
Pat
I've never heard of Jackson Suber. I have never heard of Jackson Suber.
And Quade Cummins, no idea. Wasn't there a character in Total Recall named Quade? Wasn't that one of the guys in? You guys remember that movie?
Probably.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I haven't seen that movie for years, but yeah.
Yeah, I think they're remaking it.
They are with Glenn Powell. Yeah.
No, that's right.
Actually, no, they're remaking the Running Man.
Was it? Yeah, that's the Running Man.
They're remaking the Running
Man
with Glenn Powell. Yeah. I love the original Running Man. Love the original.
Yeah. But here's my suggested bet. We don't have to do this if you guys don't want. But why don't we all throw in $5 and whoever's dark horse finishes the highest takes the pot. If all of our guys miss the cut, no blood. You guys in?
Done.
$5.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Wow.
This could be a weekly thing that we do on our dark horses.
Smalley's plus 4,500. Just FYI.
4,500.
Nice.
So he's like this
get in on that
betting favorite.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? I am gonna put some money
20th?
on Alex
There you
Wells.
go.
I
You live in
I
a
feel
real
I
state that
feel like
allows it.
that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, guys. Well, let's get into our top 5 now. I know 2 of our personal favorite top 5s we've ever done, and some of our listeners' favorites were food related. We did the candy and we did cereal. We did those a while back, though. Both those were a fairly long time ago. So it is time to bring the food theme back today. And
Awesome.
today, it is going to be our favorite salty snacks. So this can be nuts, popcorn, chips, pretzels, anything salty. Your choices can be for any reason, but try to be as specific as you can with the brand, the flavor that you like, if possible, and why. So that's what we're doing today. All right, Pat,
Impossible.
what do you got?
All right. Number 5 for me is Ruffle potato chips with top the tater sour cream, or
Dude,
any kind
that's
of
a
sour
great-
cream.
Yeah.
It seems to be a staple at my mom always mixes up this homemade sour cream and pits the big bag of chips out, and just the Ruffles are the best with the top the tater sour cream. You can't go wrong.
Delicious.
Good one. And my number 4 is going to be pistachios. Now, I don't really have a favorite brand because they're all basically the same.
Yeah.
And I contemplated
Yeah.
sunflower seeds, but when it comes to some of these, I eat a lot of Bacon Ranch sunflower seeds when I drive to keep me awake. So those are good. The bigs are really good, but I went with pistachios because pistachios are better than sunflower seeds. Let's be honest. But as far as brand, I don't have a specific.
I couldn't name a brand of pistachios. Like,
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
Aren't they called pistachios? Like that's the brand. Like,
Well,
like
no, I mean there's
pistachios.
a bunch of different farms that put them out and have their own brand
Pete's
name.
pistachios.
Yeah.
Would you go with the ones that are in the shell? So you get a little more of that salt and you got to work it open, or the
for sure
shelled ones?
Yeah, you gotta shell them yourself.
Gotcha. Nice.
Don't you eat them with the shell on, like I did at the Reds
like
game
a
with
peanut?
the peanuts?
No, that was disgusting.
That would be.
I think Pat and I both were like, "Are we seeing this? Are we seeing
You both
this
were.
right?"
I wasn't even thinking because I just do it all the time, and people that know me are like, "Okay, it's Spearman doing that." You guys were like, "Did you just eat that with the shell on?"
A
lot of fiber.
Pat noticed
a lot of fiber for this kid.
That's good. It's good for us. Good for us. All right. Good start. Nice job. I don't know how you pronounce the brand of my number 5. I think it's Sahali. We get them at Costco sometimes, but they come in a variety pack. The ones that I love more than any are the pomegranate vanilla cashews. Little salt, little sweet. Kind of comes in a cluster. And man, oh my God, I
do like
pour
cashews
through that whole bag.
Cashews are good.
Delicious. My number 4 is the Utz Pub Mix. You guys know the one I'm talking about. It's like the 48-ounce barrel that you can
First of all,
reseal
anything
that bad
Utz
boy.
makes is great. Everything Utz makes is great.
I mean, your pretzel sticks, rice crackers, cheese flavored everything. I mean, the rye chips. I mean, oh my God, so good.
Yeah.
So
that's
my
great
5
choices.
And 4. And by the way, I could have 25.
Yeah, I know.
Of
course,
this
we all
was
could.
impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible.
This is tough. So my number 5, similar to Pat, I will eat any potato chip. I like Ruffles better than Lay's because I love the ridges. I do really like Ruffles. Pringles I think are good, but honestly the canister does kind of irritate me a little bit. Like it's just put them in a fucking bag. Like, but
they'll break. They'll break.
I know. But my favorite for sure is Munchos. I love Munchos. You get the orange bag. They always seem to be cheap. Like I remember when they were 99 cents for a decent sized bag. Now they're up to like $2.99 now. Yeah, I just love. They're like a lighter, unique taste I love. So that's my number 5. And then number 4, anything flaming hot. Cheetos are probably my number 1 on that list, but I've got some visuals for all mine except Munchos. I didn't have Munchos. So the flaming hot Cheetos right there, just so you guys know that These
Classic.
I'm not making these up. I love
Good
these things.
call.
These are all mouth. I love spicy foods. We'll eat anything with a little extra kick. So I don't know how long ago Frito-Lay came out with the Flamin' Hot stuff. It's been a long
been a
time, I
while,
think.
right?
But yeah, I guess. But I was like, holy crap, yes, this is great. So, but they have everything now: Cheetos, Fritos, Funyuns. They've got potato chips that are Flamin'
Yeah,
Hot.
have you
So
ever tried those ones that are like the ghost pepper, whatever it is, the hottest
yeah,
pepper?
I've
You've tried
yes, and
that?
I love it.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Oh,
I will
really?
eat. Yeah, I love anything super hot. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I did a years ago when I was this was when I was in college, there was a bar here in Cincinnati called Wild Willie's, and they had like wings and all that stuff, and we came here before we were 21 on a Monday night for Monday Night Football, got served, and they had a wings deal where if you ate like 12 wings of their hottest of like the Wild Willie thing or whatever, you won like within 30 minutes, whatever, you won a Wild Willie's t-shirt. And I'm like, I'm fucking doing that. I want that damn t-shirt. Dude, I did it. I was in the bathroom for like an hour and a half.
Oh,
It was just it was so hot in my
Too
mouth,
much heat.
but I did it. So
you got the
whew,
shirt?
I got that t-shirt, man. I wore that thing proudly until
Oh,
it basically disintegrated. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
classic.
So yeah. So anything flaming hot for me, I love. That's my number 4.
Love it.
Nice. Well, my 3 and 2, I'm doing a going out theme. So the first one is for 3 is going to a movie, getting the buttered popcorn, but then sprinkling
Oh,
that cheese sauce all over it, like the cheese,
Yeah.
like almost like it's almost like a mac and cheese
powder?
sauce. Yeah, the
Like the
powder's got to
powdered
go
kind?
all over it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice salty
Oh,
treat for sure. Popcorn, it's hard to mess up popcorn.
yeah. Movie
And then
popcorn. I didn't even think about that.
number 2 for me is at a ball game with some nachos with jalapenos, straight up nachos, jalapeno with
Dude,
the cheese
nachos
dip
at
in the side
yeah.
and the jalapenos. I mean, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
dinner
That's
right
a good
there.
one. I didn't really even think of nachos, but yeah, that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
those are classics. Clet mentioned my number 3. I went with David's barbecue flavor sunflower seeds.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I
those are
was
good.
thinking somebody.
Love,
Those are good. Those are good.
love, and yeah, they just chew your mouth to pieces.
Yeah.
But I love nothing more than driving and packing those things into
Yep.
one side of my cheek, and then rolling my window down at some point and just like projectile all the seeds that I've been storing in there for like half an hour. I mean, my cheek cannot fit another seed in there. But being at a ball game, whatever, I actually shell them Bierman like a normal human, and then
Yeah.
eat the
What's
seed.
wrong
But
with you?
Weird.
Yeah.
but
I
it's
highly
weird.
recommend,
But I
Bill.
love
I
watching
highly
baseball.
recommend get the bigs. If you guys get bigs
Yeah,
out there, those are
I've
way
heard
better than David's. They're just
they don't chew
solid
your mouth up as
sunflower
much,
seeds. They're just better
or is that
qualities. Like
spits? I'm thinking of.
David's, you get like every like third or fourth one is like it's a seed. Those
Oh,
bad seeds that get
yeah,
I mean,
bad
these don't
seed.
have a lot of
Yeah,
bad seeds. They don't
it's where
have.
the
They're
phrase comes from.
bigger. They're fresh. It's good.
Okay,
Bigs are the best.
I'll check that out. I usually just go
But
David's, but
growing up playing baseball, I was heavy into the David barbecue.
oh yeah,
Those
man,
are
those
good.
sound so good right now. I might have to
Mhm.
go pick some up. My second one, I hope this isn't cheating. I know pretzels was in the mix because it's a little bit of salt obviously on the pretzel. But have you guys ever had the Girl Scout mint chocolate covered pretzels?
No,
Okay, you
they
gotta do it.
sound good.
They're
They say, yeah.
good.
How can you
Oh,
not
I
like
mean, if you
those?
like a thin
I
mint,
mean, you have
think
the
of a thin
thin
mint that's
mints. You got
wrapped around a
yeah.
pretzel.
That
Oh,
sounds fantastic. That
so
actually sounds
good.
really good.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah, so good. So the thin mint chocolate covered
Nice.
pretzels is my number 2.
Good.
All
Good
right,
call.
my number 3, I am going with
Oh,
Cheez-Its. I noticed the reduced fat because I actually like the reduced fat ones better than the normal ones. They also have a hot and spicy version, which I really like because I like hot stuff. But I like that version the best, honestly, the reduced fat ones. But the thing I gotta say here, I actually gotta talk
And
for a
you
second,
look
not
great.
about
and you look
Yeah,
great.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wear it well. I gotta say though, I don't want to talk about Cheez-Its. I actually want to talk about a competitor of Cheez-Its called Cheese Nips. Cheese Nips,
Nips.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bisco used to make Cheese Nips, okay? Those were the most god awful things in the world, okay?
Yes.
And if
One of your
anybody
best
can look
takes ever.
me straight in the eye and tell me
Yes.
that those are good, I might have to punch you because that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. They are just awful. And thank God for all of America that 5 years ago there was a massive recall. There was some sort of plastic contamination or something they found. And Nabisco just said, well, fuck it. We're done. We're not making them anymore. And they literally stopped production of making cheese nips. And it's the best thing Nabisco's ever done for this country because they
Now,
are no longer out there. I hate cheese nips.
Beerman, I've never had the reduced fat ones of the Cheez-Its, but if you were ranking your Cheez-It flavors, where are you going?
Oh, well, I'm going.
And
I'm
maybe
going,
not
I'm
flavors,
going.
but also there's those toasty ones or whatever.
Yeah. So,
Baked.
okay. So,
Yeah, baked.
yeah. So I would go reduced fat and then I'd go hot and spicy and then I'd go regular. And then those baked ones are good. Like they're
Are
just,
they?
yeah,
Okay.
they're different. They're different, but they're good. And then I don't know what other, I don't know what
They
are
have
the other flavors.
they have the white cheddar.
I
You ever
don't,
had
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
not
they
like,
do.
I do not like white cheddar.
I love those
yeah,
white cheddar
yeah,
ones. Those are good.
yeah.
Yeah. My son loves the toasty ones because he likes stuff kind of burned.
Okay.
So he loves the toasty ones,
Same.
but those,
I
I think
don't
they're
know if I've-
gross. Do you, Pat? Okay.
Yeah, toasted.
All right. Okay, that was my 3. And then my number 2. I mean, guys, now we're getting into some seriously freaking awesome snacks. So surprisingly, I'm not a huge Fritos fan, like just the regular flavor, but holy moly, man. You put a
Oh
little
yeah.
chili cheese flavor.
Fritos.
Chili
yes.
cheese
Those are the
Fritos.
best.
Dude, I mean,
Ah,
I might have to crack these open right now.
those are
I'm
so
so
good.
jealous.
Those
I'm
are
so
so
jealous
good.
right now. Yeah.
So my funny story about those, my wife was pregnant and she was giving birth at the time and I was useless and I was eating chili cheese Fritos and she's like, I need ice chips. So I was trying to feed her ice chips and she's like, what? Get out of here. There's fucking chili cheese ice chips. So I was relegated to the
Flavored
waiting
ice
room.
chips.
I was kicked out to the waiting room for like the next 30 minutes, which is fine because
That's
I was starting to get
Epic
nauseous.
fail. Epic fail.
But yeah, trying to give her ice chips with chili cheese Frito hands.
That
They're
is
That's fantastic.
classic.
they're so good though.
Bierman, were you gonna say anything more about the chili cheese
No,
Fritos?
no,
Okay,
no.
because that's my number 1.
Oh,
So-
are you serious?
Yeah, number 1, chili cheese Fritos.
Dude,
I mean,
dude,
for the
I
bullet.
love it.
You
They're
could do
so
walking
good.
tacos with them. You could do walking tacos
Yeah.
with them and
Oh.
put
Yeah.
tacos in the
I
bag.
mean,
and
and you nailed it, dude. You nailed it because I don't even really love Fritos.
Oh,
Like in fact, I never eat regular Fritos
I-
unless you get those scoops,
you,
and then you've got some sort of
literally,
dip that you're
Yeah.
going with.
yes. Give
Yeah.
me the scoops, but that's the only.
Like
Did
an
you guys
artichoke
just become best
jalapeno
friends?
dip. I think we
just-
just became best friends. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh, so good. And then I have Pat, I know you're gonna do your number 1 here in a second.
That's
but
fine. You go first.
I have to tell you guys this quick story about my buddy Fern Hernandez because what you just said.
Here we go. It's Bob Sacamato. Bob Sacamato's story.
It is.
I love it.
Okay, so Colette, your chili cheese Fritos ice chip story for your poor wife when she's delivering just made me think of this. Fern, have you guys heard of the Urban Dictionary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
If you go look up Cheetos Handy in the Urban Dictionary, my
Yeah.
buddy Fern is the one who got that submitted into the Urban Dictionary. And it's because him and his wife Meredith, who I absolutely love these two, they're spicy, they're totally into each other all the time. So they're kind of that couple where you're just like, I think they just disappeared to go to their room and like have
Yeah.
a quickie.
Nice.
I mean, like you just know it.
Nice.
So they they submitted chili cheese the Cheetos Handy, which is when Meredith would be eating Cheetos from the same bag as Fern. and then give him a hand job. And so a Cheetos handy is like their parlance for like, hey, we're driving along or whatever, and we're gonna do this. And it's in the Urban Dictionary, and they actually submitted it as the rabbits. That was the name, the handle that they used to submit this thing. So if you
Nice.
go find it in the Urban Dictionary, oh dude, it's just so classic, and it's even better if you actually knew these two, because they're just the best people that you
Yeah.
would never kind of think like are total. Anyway,
Oh my God.
So.
That's awesome.
yeah, Cheetos handy. Gotta check it out.
Dude,
Sorry,
you have
Pat.
the
You,
greatest collection of friends of anybody I know.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think Fern
I
listens, but I'm
I
gonna try to get him to
really
check this
want to
out.
meet your friend.
Oh yeah, yeah, classic. Sorry, Pat.
All right.
Go ahead, buddy. With your
No,
number
it's all
one.
good. My number one is cheese curds. I'm a little bit of a cheese curd aficionado. The cheese curds have to be squeaky, room temperature, and salty, and they are the best snack
Okay.
in the world. Specifically, if I'm
Okay.
driving through Wisconsin, I'll get the Car Valley cheese curds, a bag of Car Valley cheese curds. They'll have them in gas stations in Wisconsin on the counter. They're not in the refrigerated section. They know that people who really appreciate cheese curds want them at room temperature, so they're extra squeaky, extra salty. I don't like a
What
lot
does
of
that
breading
mean,
on my cheese
squeaky?
curds. Squeaky, like you chew into it and it just kind of like, it's squeaky, it's greasy,
Really?
it's just,
Okay.
yeah, you get a
Okay.
little squeak going in your
Can
cheek.
you educate the Pacific Northwesterner here who
Yeah.
I've never had a cheese curd in my life.
Yeah, they're
You,
amazing.
what are you're getting a bag of these things? So it's like there's no wrap, there's nothing. It's just they
It's a
sit in a
bag of
bag
little
of cheese
nuggets of
balls,
cheese. Yeah, and
and
they're
it's like
great.
breaded. You said
No,
slightly.
no, you don't get the
It's
no
not breaded.
breading. It's just a lump of cheese,
So
salty,
cheese at room
squeaky.
temperature
Yes,
in a bag. How long is it sitting in this bag for room temp?
Squeaky cheese.
I mean,
I don't get this.
eventually, it has to be refrigerated. Like you leave it
Okay.
out on your
All right.
counter all week, it's not going to be as good. But when you are ready to eat them, take them out of the fridge an hour or two before. Let them
Okay.
sit on the counter. Once they get
Like
to
a
room
fine wine.
temperature, it's kind of a thing that you need
Okay.
to experience.
Next time I'm out in your neck of the woods, you gotta teach me the ways of
Yeah.
the cheese curds.
I think
Salty,
it's only
squeaky
fair.
cheese.
Hey, he did Skyline Chili, so next time we
Yeah.
get up
Well,
to
here's the other thing.
Minneapolis.
Cheese curds are really good in chili. So sometimes
Oh,
the
yes.
best combination is I'll bring these
So are
cheese
chili
curds
cheese
home,
Fritos.
I'll eat them, and then I'll put them in the refrigerator. And it's like, hey, we're making chili this week. Throw the cheese curds in the chili. They'll start to melt. And guys, this is pro tips you're getting here. This is
This
Nice.
is
elite
Wow.
elite
That's
cheese curd
awesome.
knowledge. And Wisconsin seems to do it really well. Minnesota hasn't
Yeah,
caught on. They try.
Yeah.
No one else does
Mm.
cheese curds like Wisconsin. So
Are they a thing in Ohio, Bierman?
No.
Curds?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No.
I think
No.
so.
It's definitely a Wisconsin thing.
Like a Scandinavian thing that's just in those upper Midwest states. God, weird. Okay.
a lot
Got
of
it.
cows. Yeah.
Nice.
All right,
Bierman,
guys.
hit us,
I don't
dude.
know.
Hit us.
I don't know when these actually started, but I remember the first time I ever had these, and I thought they were the best frickin' things I've ever had. We'd always have a bag of these in our house. We have 2 right now. Great for parties. I gotta go with Gardettos. Love Gardettos. I like
good.
Chex Mix too, but these are way better. And the interesting thing is, most people, including me, love the rye chips the most. They're kind of like the
Yeah.
marshmallows and Lucky Charms, where that's what you really want is the marshmallow. Everything else is fine, but the reason you came is marshmallow. Kind of the same thing with the rye chips. Like, so the maker of Gardettos, they figured that out. They realized that people like those. So now you can buy, years ago they decided you can buy a bag of just those chips, right? And so when that first came out, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Like, those are the best parts. So now I get a full bag of them. So of course I'm going to love them. Some
It's
strange
overkill.
reason, They're
Yeah.
not
much.
anywhere near
Dude.
as
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
You are
you
nailing
gotta
it,
have
Bierman.
you
Nailing
Too
gotta
it.
much of a
have
good thing.
those
You got to
other
mix in the other
things.
things. Yep.
Yeah, it's weird, but that's true. So no on the rye chips only, but hell yes on the Gardettos. And they're my number one.
Nice.
Your takes were so spot on tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't
Thank
even
you.
know.
That I
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm blessed just
I'm
to
speechless.
be here.
I'm speechless.
And how did
'Cause
I
we've all-
overlook
we-
chili cheese
yeah.
Fritos? That's
I mean, come on,
unreal.
guys. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's been there and had the rye chip bag, and you think you've just hit the holy grail, and then you're like, wait, this isn't as good.
Too
What's up?
much. It's too
Yeah,
much.
it's too much. Well done.
Yeah, well, boys, I might need to go get a midnight snack here before heading to bed.
You got some within
Whew.
reach there.
I do have some within reach.
Just don't eat the
but,
chili cheese in front of us, because that's too.
Yeah,
that's
no,
we'd be
just
too
me.
jealous.
But I'll have to bring them back the next time I visit Seattle, man. Now that
Oof.
I know you like those, a little housewarming present there. But all right, hey, before we wrap things up, Bill, we got anything from the pool side for our listeners?
Yeah, just a couple things to highlight on the pool side. Stay tuned for Open Championship stuff. It's coming out. We're 2 weeks away. We've got the John Deere this week. We've got the Scottish Open. Scottish Open is also an awesome tournament. Seems fun
I love
every
this.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got a bunch of the players are there because they've traveled over and they want to get a little links experience before the Open Championship at Royal Portrush this year. But so Scottish Open coming up after the John Deere and then the Open Championship, and it's kind of the last hurrah. Because, like as you said with our contest, I mean we're getting down to the end of it here with the PGA
we have
season.
5 more, and then it's the St. Jude, which starts the playoff. So
yeah, and honestly, fellas, we are about a month away from launching football pool registration.
Well, and
so
absolutely,
crazy.
and that's what I was telling
I'm
Pat
so nervous.
right before you joined on this pod. Probably not next week. But in 2 weeks, we're going to start as part of in our So Cold Lock section. We'll start doing previews of conferences for college football, and then we'll get into the pro divisions.
Right, it's here.
So,
it's almost
here.
here.
So can't wait, man. It's almost here.
Exciting.
All right. Well, Pat, Bill, just another fantastic show. Thank you as always for bringing that. I wish we could keep going tonight, but sadly, it is time to exit CMAN Sports. CMAN Nation, thank you all for tuning in, checking us out. Check us out on social media and our website at entercmansports.com and download our app if you haven't already. Everyone, have a wonderful and safe 4th of July weekend. Peace out and take care.
Good luck, everybody.